This was a bad idea. Can I make a track only using 3 samples? Well, let's find out. Let's head over to the decks. Here are the 3 samples we are going to use. There we have it, the 3 samples that we're going to use to make this track. Okay, so we have our 3 tracks, and now we've got to make a little track out of them. So my idea is to make some sort of techno acid with some fun little elements from Send Return that we used. So, so what we need to do first is we're going to come over to this one, the techno, and we're going to use the kick. So we've also got a hi-hat in here, so that could be quite interesting. This is our kick. We're going to go with 140 BPM. This is actually the original tempo of this track, so I'm going to keep it there because we want to go really quite interesting in this one. So that is actually quite good. I'm going to just stretch this out a tiny bit more, and this is the kick. And we'll just drag that down to make the hat as well. So at least we've got some drums here. If we extend that out, we can just copy it over. And then we've got, hopefully, our groove. This is our next element that we're going to be using. This is our lead. I think it's just a really wacky thing we could just use. So if we cut that like that, I want to just bring that down. We're going to use this element here for now. Just check the file of this. We do want to complex warp. Yes. We're going to stretch that out a bit. Oh, it's not got a warp marker. Ah. That needs a warp marker there to pull it. And that is going to be in the key of... I mean, I would use a tuner, but I'm not so sure the Ableton tuners do a very good job. We can check what's going on with my search bar. That is very weird. Very weird indeed. Yeah, so tuner. Detuned A, I think, by 24 cents. Okay, interesting. So if I tune that up 24, we should be hitting an A. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be detuned, which is fine. I'm just going to reset that. And we can have a look at the track, which is supposed to be in a B flat major. So we're going to pitch that up 3. Because I like pitching things up. We'll duplicate that over. We need a loop here. We're going to do that. And we're going to make a melody out of this. What happens if I just take one note? Probably should sample this. Okay. ideas are coming. I don't think that's the right way of going about it, but that's fine. Music is open. Hold on. I have an idea. This could go well. This could go absolutely horribly wrong. We are doing this against the clock a little bit, so we got to make sure it's done correctly. So we've gone up 3, which means we've got to go down 9. No, not working. Dada. It needs a dada. It needs a dada. A dada. What's a dada? I don't know what a dada is. But it needs a dada. Wherever a dada is. Anyway, let's get back to it. That's a bit too much of the dadas. So. Done. Okay. Yes. There we go. Is there something we could have done with this then? The upper. I don't know. We do need to get into the arrangement very shortly then. Bring that into there. Open this clip up. Take this. It's going to be in the wrong key, but that's okay. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but I will go with it. I'll go with it. I'll just change the color of that. This is a mess, but it's okay. Yes! It's a big mess! We like it. Now for the cherry on top, which needs to come out of warping and get warped again. Cut. So if we go with this. And keep. This is what we have so far. I mean, I think that's a fun little element. So we will just copy that over. But I think it needs to be longer to start off with. We can throw in the kick, and then we can throw in the bass, and then we can throw this in with its long notes. That can then come in. I'm just making this up on the fly, but that is what music is about. And we're going to go. That works very well. We can carry these kick drums over for that long with these hats that are not copying over correctly. So there we go. And those, we're going to copy that over. We're going to come into that. I'm going to make this 2, take that, duplicate it, come into the envelope, MIDI control, pitch shift, transition fade all the way, and we then just need the sound to change on the automation. So we'll go with the resonance on that. So go rise, 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 rise. That needs to be longer. That's why. And then we can also change the... Why does it come off that? I need to come back to here. That goes to longer. That goes to here. That goes to there. That goes to there. This comes to the resonance. So I'm just hoping that this auto filter is actually turned off. There we go. Turn that auto filter off because it's going to mess with this. We need the resonance. That's what we wanted. So this is the resonance frequency. And we'll bring it back there. So we'll just pump that really high. I also know that this needs a lot of reverb. I'm going to change this slightly. I just need one long... It's not synthing very well. That is the wrong sound completely because it's not audible. No arrangement at all. It's alright, we've only got 10 minutes, it's fine. Where's that sound? I want that sound. I need the copy. Where's the start of the clip? It's here. I'm just going to do a little bit of messing with this. We need to go full acid now. Full acid. Go full acid. That's not going to go full acid. A little bit of... And a spike. There we go. Like that. Give it a go. I'm just going to cram as many bass notes. I mean, it's something. I mean, if I stick that in there, take that out, take that out, take the kicks out, and then we go, I don't know. We need some more. Mix match, throw random sounds in, see what happens. That actually works. It's not really a track as such, but it works. It works. And I just realized that that's come off, so I don't know where that's come from. So as long as that acid's there, that's fine. Yeah, so we have used the samples in the track. We got the telephone ring. There we go. There is the timer telling me that it is time to finish. We are about finished. So yeah, that is the project. We got the the telephone, we have the lead bass thingy, and we have the kick and the hats. So yeah, we have used the samples, maybe not in the way I would have thought I was going to use them, but that is how it's happened. It's now time to export this out and listen to the final result. We have now exported the track out, and we have the file here. We also have a sample challenge of the same challenge type by Mr. Filthy Reflection. And we're going to review both tracks. Here is the first track by Filthy Reflection. Let's give it a little bit of a listen. Mario Kart. Nice. Nice texturing going on. Very nice. Sounds a bit old school. Like it. Wow! That is bass heavy. A bit of acid there. And the mandatory 8 seconds of silence at the end. Thank you very much for that. That was quite good for the challenge that we had at hand. 3 samples and 1 hour to make something. Here is the version we made with slightly different samples. Tell me which one you prefer. Craziness. That's absolute craziness. Both very interesting and different tracks. So let's join up with Filthy Reflection to go through his review of my track. My thoughts on your track. Honestly, I can't place which sounds you've used as your samples. I do know that we were supposed to be using a kick sample and a lead sample and then whatever else. You went full on in your track. I do not know where the bass heaviness came from. It just went from like, this is a nice little BAM! Like, what? No, that's just...
Yeah, no mixing was done.
Wake up. Okay, brilliant. Great.
Very little processing, nothing on the mix bus, nothing.
Raw.
Just as it comes.
Just raw.
Yeah. Well, although I would say that the waveform is all quite tight. That surprised me, considering I didn't really do much processing and stuff. So that's
I could tell it's been put through a template of some sort, because it was like, yeah, you can tell this kick and bass are working very, very well.
Really, I didn't think they were working very well, to be honest. But now I've heard it back, it sort of is. It's quite... Yeah. It's,
Depends how you like your bass distorted, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm starting to like a crunch from my kick now, so there's a crunch in there from the kick as well, and also so
He's Captain Crunch here.
Captain Crunch. Right, so
Compressors, eh?
Let's get on to your track, shall we?
My track.
Your track is
interesting.
I'm 100% interesting.
I would say yours is interesting as well.
I sort of think because I know that when we were doing this, we both pretty much had nothing, and we were both freaking out that we'd have nothing, and we both seem to have something really quite good with a couple more hours work put into it. I think there is 2 really good tracks coming from these. Yours is really industrial. It's like a very underground thing, and the bit that got me the most is the last sort of 15-20 seconds, that last bit of the track. There's something there that is, I could listen to that on loop for an hour, so that's really got something.
Yeah, trying to add as much variation throughout. It was
it is a bit like 3 tracks. I'm not going to lie, it is about 3. It sort of sounds about 3 different tracks mixed together really quickly.
That's pretty typical for me. I make about 3 tracks before I finalize one. So I could probably split it out into an EP, but who knows?
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know about you, but one of the hardest parts of this was separating audio, finding the right sample that's just going to work without bleed from any other instruments.
I picked really carefully when I did it, to be fair.
Okay.
The thing I had an issue. Oh, I see. Yeah, the thing I had issues with was knowing what to do with them, because I hadn't really thought that far when I chose my samples. So I was I ended up with just using them for textural stuff in the end, apart from the kick, which is actually being used with 2 other kicks in different frequency ranges to make a nice big punchy kick. But we've done it, and I think I might work on my track a bit more, a couple of hours, and see if it turns into something.
We have done it. 2 interesting tracks from 3 samples. Very unique.
I don't want to do a sample challenge ever again.
No, we've done these before, and I think that there is a challenge in it, but it is a lot of headache for doing it in 1 hour. It's
Yeah, I think if you're
precious things, don't you?
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do samples, you really do need to spend time on it. It's not something you can just whack into a challenge, really. Although, saying that, we managed it in some way, so there we go.
I don't like your track.
Good.
I think we both failed.
We both failed. No, I don't think we did.
No, we didn't fail. If you'd like to see more videos, please do let us know what you'd like to see. And we'll see you in another non-challenge video. This was a bad idea.
I think he may have misunderstood the task again. Speaking of the devil, here he is.